is all your people you've had on?
Yep. Yeah, you'll sign it at the end.
Oh.
Woo. Woo. Yeah, get all up in there.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Ooh, cheers, motherfucker.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Welcome.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Mm-hmm.
It's episode 235.
Yeah. All right, Martim.
Wow.
This is the first question. What's this podcast called?
You never told me. I don't
Yeah.
Welcome to episode 1 of You Never Told
Welcome
Me.
to
dude.
You Never Told Me with the
Consistently
off. We're
Yeah.
off and running.
Yeah, and here we are, episode 235 of Consistently Off.
Dude.
We're here with our boy Martim Galvao. Welcome, man.
Thank you.
How do
Yeah.
you spell your last name?
Galvao, and there's a tilde on the second O.
Yeah.
Galvao.
This man's from Brazil. He's a freaking exotic motherfucker.
Exotic.
Yeah. Yeah, no, welcome. Where were you driving from today? Where'd you...
I drove from
Come in.
Redlands.
Okay.
Do you guys
Woo,
know? Have
baby.
you ever been there?
Yep.
Yeah, it's out there. It's
It
like near
is.
Riverside. It's like an hour. Not
Okay.
too bad.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Luckily, you're driving after everything,
Yeah.
but you probably take the 91.
I think I did.
So
Yeah.
that just sucks no matter
91's
what.
the shit freeway. Yeah.
No,
91's
yeah.
the worst.
But you said you grabbed food around here. Where'd you grab
I went
food?
to a vegetarian Vietnamese place like 10 minutes away. It's
Okay.
amazing. Yeah,
Okay.
everything was
Dude,
incredible.
I
Good to
mean,
know.
yeah, coming from Detroit, like one of the coolest things about California is there's just everything everywhere.
Yeah.
And like as long as you just don't like go somewhere that has 2 stars, you're probably gonna have a pretty good meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
no complaints.
Yeah.
This was-
Cool, man. So yeah, welcome to the show. I mean, you and I go all the way back to ICIT days,
Yeah.
don't we? Yeah.
Wow.
So
we've known each other for like,
I was gonna
12
say,
years?
yeah. So I was gonna say, when did you graduate?
2014.
You graduated in 14.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's 10 years ago. And then I
Damn,
started
but yeah.
2012. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
you-
graduated high school 20 years ago.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. So
Oh, damn.
yeah, so you were one of the first ICITer, like prototypical kind of.
I'm one of the old school SATs.
Yeah. Pre PhD.
PhD MFA
Yeah.
program. Which I love that program.
It was a good time.
One of the best 2 years of my life.
Nice,
It was
I don't even
really
know what
cool.
it.
ICIT is the grads program that my dad runs, or started.
Baller move.
Yeah, and it's at UCI. So that's where we met. Is he was in the master's program there. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Do you have a doctorate?
I do. Not
Nice.
from there. I went somewhere else after.
I
get a
figured,
doctorate.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
It wasn't a PhD yet when
No.
you were there.
I think
Yeah,
I started maybe like a year after.
a
I
couple
left.
of couple.
So what do you
after,
have it
Yeah.
in? Dr. Martin.
Dr. Martin. Yeah. Yeah, you went to Brown.
I went to Brown. Yeah, I went
right.
to. I graduated ICIT 2014. That was the MFA.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of getting a doctorate straight out of there because I do like teaching. And I was like, yeah, I want to teach, and it's getting harder to do that with an MFA, even though it's technically a terminal degree. You know?
Right.
But like it's kind of tricky getting a tenure track job with an MFA. So I wanted
Sure.
to go to Sonic Arts Research Center
Okay.
in Northern Ireland, in Belfast. Really cool place. Really
Nice.
cool people over there. Yeah, but the tricky thing with that place was that if you're not European or from the UK, you get no funding. So you gotta pay your way through the PhD, which is
Is it like
Can't be cheap.
Is it like a
No.
California thing? Like if you move there for a year, you'd
Yeah,
get
you,
help or
like
something?
you're a resident.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
California
maybe.
was.
Because you did that for ICIT,
I
right?
did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did that
yeah.
for college too.
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, in-state
Way
is
to go.
Yeah, I
so
waited the
much
6.
cheaper.
I think it was 6 months, and then I was like, "Thanks for Pelt
Yeah.
grants and everything."
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, so I obviously I didn't do that. I'm
Right.
not gonna go pay however many pounds to do a PhD.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So then I waited a year, and then I applied again, and then ended up at Brown.
Okay.
And I was there for 7 years.
Holy fuck. Damn.
Yeah, a lot longer than I thought I'd be spending over there. But
Uh-huh. How'd you like it?
it was awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. I was actually talking to so I'm teaching now. I'm on the other side now.
Yeah.
But I was talking to some students. All my students are undergrads, and they were asking me about grad school and what do you think about it? And I was just telling them, if you're an artist, if you're a musician, like if you find a funded program, like someone's paying you to show up,
Yeah.
do the thing you'd be doing anyways. You have health insurance, and you get to just make your work. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's great.
Yeah.
It's like a long-term residency almost.
Yeah,
You know?
that is pretty sweet. So what's your degree technically in?
The PhD?
Yeah.
It's in Well, now the program's
Theoretical
called
physics.
Yeah. Totally different. Yeah. Fuck music.
I said
yeah.
7 years, dude.
Yeah,
Took a left turn.
I
Yeah.
figured it out. Yeah, no, that would be cool though. It's in computer music and multimedia, but now the program's called multimedia composition.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
So it's like similar ICIT
Yeah.
style type of thing.
You're right. Yeah, ICIT were trailblazers, man.
Yeah.
Like, they're,
I'm sure
I mean,
everything has to constantly change too as technology's evolving.
Oh, for sure.
And just different avenues are emerging. So
Yeah.
like it's gonna keep changing.
Yeah.
The acronyms are gonna get either longer or more or different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of the reason they changed that program's name, I think, is because they started to feel like the acronym was getting a little dated. They're like, oh,
This only has
computer
3
music.
letters.
Yeah, computer.
Like,
Yeah.
I think computer music.
Yeah,
now
everything,
usually-
all
yeah.
music's made with computers these days. Yeah. What isn't computer music?
Well,
Yeah.
it used to be called tape music
Yeah.
Yeah.
or analog.
Analog music.
I'm still big
Hilarious.
into the analog stuff though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, one of the cool things about being at a university is like there's usually like an old analog synth around that
Sure.
somebody bought in the 70s.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
Yeah.
hanging out.
Like the
UCI's
the classic
got some
lag.
great
Yeah.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's the like big analog Moog over there,
Mhm.
the really old school Moog. There's a huge Buchla over there too. I think
Mhm.
a 200 series.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I do remember when my dad was restoring those synths though. It was,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
So we have like a Buchla at Cal State San Bernardino.
Sweet.
Too.
Yeah.
1971 Buchla. It's been there the whole time.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Relics are always the most fun.
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
it's like I would never be able to see this unless it was
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
luckily, I'm a place that like acquired
good
this
shape?
and took care of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, all things considered, it is in good shape.
Okay.
Because I think most of those don't work anymore at all. Like you
Yeah.
can't even get a sound out of it. But this one works. We actually use it. There's a class that I teach called Analog and Digital Synthesis.
Oh,
So-
nice.
So like, they check out the Buchla, they learn how oscillators work, filters, all that kind of stuff. And then they also learn sort of the Max pure data side of things.
Cool.
Like computer music programming.
Mhm.
It's like similar logic.
Sure.
But
Yeah,
they get
yeah.
to use the Buchla. Which
Nice.
Is like,
That's
Yeah.
super
Pretty
fun.
awesome.
Sounds
Yeah.
like you're pretty excited about that, which is awesome.
Yeah.
it's very exciting.
You're probably a fun professor.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the material I teach, so I think it's fun.
How long you been there now?
It's almost 2 years.
Okay.
This is my second year.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
What do you
And-
dress in?
This?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you teach today?
That's
When are your classes?
I didn't teach today. I taught last night. So I'm teaching some later classes right now.
Okay.
So I'm doing
the
electronic-
D-Gens.
Yeah. The nerds. Yeah.
electronic music production. We got sound recording, which is like a studio recording class, but also we're doing some field recording this week. So I
Fun.
gave them all like little Tascam field recorders.
Sweet.
Oh,
And a scavenger hunt to go outside and find cool sounds.
That's exciting.
dude, I had some fun. My ex-boss, I did. He had a video game, and I did all the sound design
Oh,
for him. So like, I just like took microphones and like walked on grass, and then just like fucked with it.
Yeah.
And then just like gave it to him. Like, here you go. Here's some more
Here's
fun.
your footsteps.
Yeah, because he gave me. There's some website that he gave me that had like all these samples already done. And I was like,
Mhm.
dude, this is like so boring. Like, you want me to just pick these out for you? Like, you
Yeah.
pick them out.
Yeah.
Was it free sound?
Free sound?
No,
Free sound.
it's a paid one.
Oh,
Okay.
But nonetheless, like, it sounds great. But
Yeah.
I was like, dude, he made the game from the ground up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, just
Get some.
you're
get your own
paying
sound.
me
Yeah.
anyways. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just doing this at work.
Yeah.
So like, you want me to clank some like silverware together? You got it.
Yeah.
You want me to take the hammer in the back and hit the table? You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make
So
your own Foley.
yeah, dude, I
that's
just
awesome.
like sat there and like moved the mic around, hit it. I was like, this sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
That's a lot
fun.
of fun,
Yeah,
yeah.
It's the sound recordings or
So are
field
you?
recording
Are,
is fun.
so you were tenure track there, or
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And you're there with
for now.
fellow ICITer Kevin Zhang right there.
Yeah, but
No.
I want to make clear I didn't know him before I started there.
That's
It
so
was-
funny. Yeah, you just ended up
Yeah.
at the same school
Yeah,
together.
it was just
Make it
totally
clear.
Yeah.
random. Yeah.
Because he was before your time, right?
He graduated before I
Yeah.
got to UCI.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I never actually met him. I
Mhm.
only met him when I got to
Nice.
the job.
That's
yeah.
so funny.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, small world that
Yeah.
people from that program end up. At
Yeah,
the
that
same
tiny.
place.
It was a small program back then too. Yeah.
we're kind of ending up everywhere now.
Yeah. It's getting bigger. It had a couple huge, 15 student years.
Yeah.
And then
That's
so now it's-
hilarious.
Yeah. That's huge. Yeah. 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 15
That's
students.
huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
15 students.
I feel like my year was 4. and
Yeah.
that was like a consistent.
Who was in your class?
size.
Who was in? It was
Had Juan,
Juan. Yeah.
had Willie Shiwei.
Okay. Who still works at UCI, or is
Well,
he?
he did. He did.
He
He's
did? He
at
left.
Chapman now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
he's-
right. That was
he's
at
running
least a
their-
couple
one of
years ago.
their,
Yeah.
Theater
Mhm.
performance spaces there.
Yeah.
Then we had Ryan Rost,
Ah,
the
Ryan.
bassist.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't seen in ages. Yeah.
I saw him like a few years ago, like maybe 5-6 years ago, doing Hassan's rock opera. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Rock opera. That's sick.
Yeah, he's playing bass in that. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Those are my
yeah, I
favorites.
mean, so what? I mean, 7 years is a long time for a PhD, man. What?
Yeah, what were you doing over there?
Yeah, yeah. What were you doing that whole time?
Enjoying life.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
hanging out.
Just hanging out,
Well, you said that
making weird shit.
you were
yeah.
you were in a program that had funding and stuff, and was giving you like, why not,
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. I mean,
dude?
I don't think we were in any rush to get out.
Sure. Yeah. Cushy situation. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as a grad student, you don't make a ton of money. So,
Mhm.
I mean, I wouldn't expect you would.
yeah.
You're a student technically.
Yeah. They're like, okay, well,
Allegedly.
Yeah. yeah.
we're getting paid to BTAs essentially, and then you get like a stipend for housing and food and stuff like that. So you don't get a ton of money, but you get health insurance and you get like a space to where you get like studio spaces, you
Cool.
get resources.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
school
freedom.
has.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty great. After I left, the grad students won a union
Yeah.
contract, and
That's right.
now they're actually making like decent money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there was that big strike like just last year or something.
yeah,
or-
UC
yeah.
too, right?
Yeah, UC,
yeah, so
UC did
UC
it too.
grad
Yeah.
students won a big union
Yeah, yeah.
contract,
That's
so
crazy.
Yeah.
good time to be a grad student. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And if
Go to
you
grad
guys
school.
are-
everybody. Yeah. It's awesome.
Do it.
I mean,
Yeah.
Also, just funding in like collegiate schools are pretty great.
Yeah.
Our buddy, who is our first drummer we moved out here with, John, he's an astrophysicist.
Oh.
And he teaches at
UCLA.
UCLA.
Yeah.
But they have a grant for, they're like looking at a section of the sky and naming stars, like 1C, 2, whatever.
Yeah.
Wow.
And since he did so much work, he had a kid, and they're like, take 6 months off, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
6 months.
he's like,
Yeah.
they're like, we have a
Wow.
5-year grant,
Yeah.
and we've already done a lot of work. Like, we don't need, you take 6 months off. Like,
That's
you,
wild.
yeah,
Awesome.
which is sweet.
Yeah, and
because-
he's still technically a student, right? Or,
yeah,
or is he working?
No, I
right now?
think he's like
professor now?
Yeah, he's a
Got it.
professor. But
Okay.
Yeah.
it's just nice to know that stuff like that's out there, because
Yeah.
like dudes definitely don't get paid time off for maternity leave.
Oh, for
So
sure.
that's like sweet that
Yeah.
Yeah.
he was able. There's first kid with his wife of like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
That's something that I've seen people try to change, lately, like paternity leave. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's important too. You gotta hang
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
with the kid.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't be
Yeah.
a
Or
deadbeat
how-
dad. Yeah.
help your fucking wife out,
Yeah.
because the
Yeah.
kid is so solely dependent on her
Yeah.
that when the kid doesn't need her, you should be taking care
Yeah,
of it
yeah.
to give her some,
Right.
Yeah.
like, alleviate her stress.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's important to
Yeah.
be at home helping out. Definitely. Yeah.
For
I
sure.
think that's becomes more common because
Yeah.
It is.
I've
It
seen like
is.
the before. There's a few. It's on like Instagram or something, but you can like find like before and after pictures of women with their first child
Oh.
in like the first year, and it's like dramatic, dude. It's like
Yeah.
Barack Obama when he was president. for
Yeah.
the first 4 years.
Yeah. Their hair's all white.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, just
Aged
extra
40
wrinkles.
years.
Yeah, yeah.
Teeth are missing.
Yeah.
Gray. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was the like focus of your thesis or whatever when
Oh, my
you-
dissertation.
Yeah, your
project?
dissertation.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, okay, so I got another master's on the way.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have 2 masters now.
Hell
It's just-
yeah, dude.
It's like
Racking them up.
well,
You're gonna be the bastard, dude.
Yeah.
might as well get a third one.
Yeah,
You kind of they tell you can skip it if you already have one, but if you skip it, then you're there for less time. So I was like, oh, I'll just get another one. It's
Mhm.
fine. So my master's thesis project was called Add to Cart, and it was a multimedia. Man, how do I describe it? Multimedia theater production. I worked with the theater director, Kate Bergstrom, who's
Okay.
awesome, and now she's moving out to be a theater director. Maybe I'm not supposed to say. I think it's kind of secret for now. Okay, anyways.
Allegedly.
Yep.
Allegedly.
We got you.
Yeah.
We got you.
Yeah, we'll
she's,
cover it.
she's great. Yeah. So she was. She's part of the.
She just gets fired.
Yeah, yeah.
We heard on this podcast that no one listens to.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna try to recover from that one. But she directed the thing. I
Mhm.
was playing drums, but I also came with a bunch of, like max patches and like
Mhm.
electronic stuff happening behind the scenes.
I mean, he said multimedia, so I'm
Yeah,
guessing lesson that it's not just the drums.
It
Yeah.
wasn't just the drums. No, I had some triggers on the drums. So like sometimes I would hit the
Sweet.
drum
Hell yeah.
and I had it hooked up to my computer. And I had another friend of mine, Todd Anderson, who's a digital poet, digital language artist.
Okay.
So he straps.
These are words.
I was gonna say, what does that even mean?
He straps a computer keyboard around his neck with like a, like a guitar strap kind of thing.
Okay.
And he'll just type like Bluetooth keyboard, but it's like a computer voice like reading out what he's typing.
Like freestyle, like poetry.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
On the keyboard though. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And-
Guitar plus freestyle poetry.
Yeah.
Nice.
He also codes websites that he'll then use in performance. So he's like
so
triggering
cool.
stuff like GIFs to come up and words to splash across the screen. So for this thing, he created a Chrome extension that like took over different websites, the main one being Amazon.
Uh-huh.
And then he could delete all the text on an Amazon listing and like insert his own text.
Yeah.
And so we were kind of browsing the web. He was the Amazon recommendation algorithm trying to tell me what to buy.
Nice.
And I was buying stuff by like hitting certain drums. And then it would like click on the buy now button or whatever. Or it would like
Nice.
move the cursor across the screen. Yeah.
Was that linked to actual purchases in any way, or was it just like redirecting you to
yeah,
some?
luckily no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you end up with like some useless shit that you didn't want? Yeah.
Well, we did, but
Yeah.
not because of that.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
I needed 500 sticky hands.
Yeah.
When you were doing this, were you playing a beat? Like, was it a song?
Yeah, some of them were. So some of them
Okay.
I had, a fixed track that was, most of it was done in Ableton.
Okay.
So I was like using Ableton to kind of keep it so, well, one, things were more or less reliable, but then you also had like Max for Live running inside of Ableton, doing some of the more unique triggering stuff. But then I would have like a clip loaded in that was like a track, and then I would use a foot pedal to trigger that. The thing starts playing. I had a click track. Uh-oh.
Just spilling beer on myself. No worries.
I'll get the.
Get the towels. I mean, luckily, it just all landed on my pants. No, I was just hearing that. Get closer to the mic. That's all I'm
Oh, okay.
saying. Yeah.
So is this good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's one of those radio voice mics.
Yeah.
You can grab it too. It
Yeah.
make very much noise.
No,
Okay.
that's just what
So
Craig's our guitarist is watching on Twitch
Oh,
right
okay,
now. so-
closer. Okay,
yeah.
all right. Well, now I'm got the proximity
Yeah.
effect going.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was saying,
Get
yeah.
comfy.
Oh, foot pedals. You stomp the foot pedal. The track launches. I have a click track. I can hear what's going on. But then I'm also just, it wasn't like I had to play a specific thing. I had kind of control over whether I wanted to improvise or do something a little different.
Yeah. It sounds like if you had other backing tracks, then at least like you're more like free to kind of do your drums. Like
Free to
however you-
buy whatever
yeah.
you want on Amazon.
Yeah,
exactly.
You can purchase.
Free to
And there's still
shop.
like
Yeah.
a background track to your
Yeah.
whatever you're telling us.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome though. Like,
Yeah.
Was that just one piece, or was that kind of like the center thing?
Well, yeah, it was 20, 30 minutes of different pieces. Yeah.
Okay.
One of them was an unboxing that kind of spun off and turned into its own like percussion piece, like an unboxing percussion piece. So you unboxed.
What did you unbox?
You unboxed
Himself.
a piece.
Oh.
So like it starts off with the score as like a FedEx label, and it tells you what to do. But then when you open the box, like the instruments are inside the box, as are the rest of the instructions in the score.
Oh, awesome.
So then you kind of just unbox it while you're playing it. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was fun.
So
Yeah.
does it make your own, build your own piece?
Yeah, it's like
That's
an
awesome.
IKEA piece. Yeah.
I had no idea like what you were gonna tell me for what add to cart was.
What did you think it
And
was gonna
what
be?
I have no fucking clue.
Yeah.
But also multimedia theater.
Yeah. Just
what
things.
does like?
I mean, the last
It makes a lot more sense now.
No.
Because I just
was the piece you did at the reunion concert a part of that, or was that?
No,
did
that came
come
later. That
later?
that came a
Okay.
little bit later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because I got into trying to make interfaces that you could use your playing to control a computer.
Right.
Because you can use a computer to control an instrument, right? You can
Yeah.
Yeah.
like hook up Pro Tools or whatever
Yeah.
to a synth and just send some MIDI notes out and it'll play. I was
Yeah.
like, oh well, can I control the computer with my instrument? So
hotkeys, baby.
yeah, yeah, hockeys are great. But I was like, I was working with a guy, upright bassist, and I was like, what if I could get this guy to surf the web by playing the bass. So I made a max patch. Everything turns out to be a max patch.
Everything's a max patch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then yeah, and it worked. So like you go to YouTube and he uses the bass, and depending on what octave he's playing and like how loud he's playing, it moves the cursor to different positions. And then when he hovers over the like button, he has to click on it to move to the next section. So he then you just hit one really loud note and it clicks on it. It moves to Wikipedia. Then you got to surf Wikipedia, click on a bunch of stuff, all with the bass playing. And then the last part of that piece is doing the Google Maps surfing. Yeah. But then that led to the thing that you saw,
Right.
which was like, okay, cool. We can figure out how to make an interface for one person to control a computer with their instrument. But what if you had two people on two instruments and
Right.
they each have control over your computer's cursor?
Right.
So that's what that one was. So then, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Twitch,
So-
Twitch chat. It's chaos.
Yeah. It's like Twitch plays Mario or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I want to go here.
Yeah. No, that's what it was. Because I mean, last time we hung out was at that ICIT reunion concert, and your piece was essentially that is you and Kevin,
Yep.
like just messing around and opening up random shit on your desktop, right? Yeah.
That wasn't, yeah, some of that was not planned.
Dude,
Yeah. It was like opening up like Google Chrome and like just seeing Guy Fieri's face just like pop up, like and just like for some reason Guy Fieri's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
I wish I had planned it, but no, that wasn't supposed to be part of it. It worked out
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
I mean, you
little,
know.
what is it? Happy mistakes or whatever?
Yeah. Happy
Happy
accidents.
Happy
accidents.
accidents, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a cool little reunion thing too. I mean,
Oh man, it's so good to
glad
see
we.
everyone.
Yeah, I was gonna say, glad we got to hang out again and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, because boy, 15 years is a long time, and like you said, you graduated 10 years ago. So
Yeah.
woof.
I'm definitely closer to the beginning.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the
You're
ICIT
one of the
program.
OGs, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever considered applying to ICIT?
I did apply once.
You did?
Yeah, and I didn't get in.
What?
Yeah.
No, are you serious?
Yeah, I didn't get in. Yeah, it was at a weird
It was
time.
an early class.
I think
he
it-
would
it-
never
well,
make it.
Yeah, no, it was 2019, and it was just a blessing in disguise because it would have been 2020
Yeah.
when I got
okay.
in.
Yep.
Yeah, but and then the whole world exploded. But
Right.
yeah, no, I forget what the reasoning was. I think they just my dad obviously had to recuse himself from any admissions
Yeah, that's
and all
probably
that stuff.
what do they call
Yeah.
it when?
Conflict of interest, all that nepotism.
Nepotism.
Yeah. He had to take himself all out of it. I forget who they took that year. I obviously know them, but I don't remember which ones
Yeah.
they took instead of me. Instead of me.
Instead of you. How
Yeah,
dare they?
Bruce
I know, right?
Springs.
I mean, yeah.
Allegedly.
To be fair, I wasn't.
fair.
I wasn't like that all into it. I was just kind of like more at like a aimless crossroads in life. Anyways, like
Yeah.
might as well try this out.
Fill
see
in.
what happens. Yeah.
I feel like that's how I got into grad school, or that's how I got interested in grad school. I was like, what am I doing next? You know, what's the next move?
Post
Yeah.
what was your undergrad in?
Marketing.
Really?
Yeah.
No
Right.
shit.
Yeah.
Where at?
Emory
Okay.
in Atlanta. So it's
Okay.
like right outside of Atlanta.
Wow.
But I did minor in music, but that's when I first got into the computer music stuff. There
Okay.
was one professor there, Steve Everett. He had a little like electronic music lab with some cool synths, and there was something called Kima. You ever heard of Kima? All right, but you guys
How do
know
you spell it?
KYMA.
Uh-uh.
Okay.
What's
Yeah.
that?
So it's like it's almost like a mix between a DAW and a programming language.
Okay.
And like Max meets a DAW, but it's kind of proprietary and it requires special hardware. At least
Oh,
at the time
weird.
it did. So you had to have like a special Kima box, kind of like like Pro Tools. Oftentimes you have to.
Yeah, you have like
the-
an iLocker or something.
Yeah.
But, like,
Or-
but an
or
actual
like a-
box
yeah, you
interface
like-
thing.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
whole thing. Yeah,
Oh,
it was like
wow.
a few grand investment. It was like a pretty expensive thing. Yeah, but it came with all this pre-built cool functionality. Like you could tell it to, when I send it this command, just like do a spectral freeze of whatever's going on. Like keep this note going forever, or I don't know. It just made it really easy to do super great sounding experimental stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, unique
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Wasn't someone just telling us about like a doll they were using that they had to have like a specific interface? Or no, they got an interface and they got a doll that they never heard of with it. Wasn't it the last guy?
Was it
Studio Live.
Jonah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many DAWs.
There's
now.
so many DAWs now.
And it
yeah,
was,
I
it was
remem-
from like 15 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah, I
so
remember
we're
what you're
never
talking
gonna
about.
remember it.
I remember what you're talking
Yeah.
about, but
It was
I think it was like it came with Ableton Light.
Oh, that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
it was.
That was the thing.
It
He
was like
bought
something that-
like a
yeah.
Novation thing. and
Oh,
It comes with the shitty version of Ableton.
yeah. I mean, I like Ableton.
I love Ableton.
Are you all
yeah.
Ableton people?
I am.
You're not? Are you a
Boo.
Pro Tools guy?
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, he's a Pro Tools guy. I'm a Logic guy too, so I'm always fighting with both
Okay,
of them about
okay.
being a Logic guy. But
Why do you guys like Pro Tools and Logic?
I
so
think
much?
I think it's just because it's what I've used since like I was
Just what
16.
you know.
Like that's
Yeah.
what you were
Yeah.
taught. in
Yeah,
school.
and like it just makes sense to me, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I know I could relearn, and you can relearn anything. It's all
Yeah.
the same stuff, just in different
different hotkeys.
organizations.
That's really what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, different
in like
organizations.
layouts.
Yeah.
So, like, it
It
I
won't
don't
take
know.
you long to learn.
No, my
anything. Yeah,
workflow
yeah,
just works.
yeah.
I know everything is.
You're comfortable with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it
Yeah.
is. Like, is anything really going to produce something better sounding?
Yeah, it's still
Like,
the
it-
industry
it's
Some
standard.
people, some people like do say that they hear the DAW in the recording, like, oh, that's
That's
from
some-
Pro
that's some
Tools,
hokey
that's
yeah.
Logic,
It's
you know?
That's some bullshit. If you're hearing what DAW you're using, that's some
You
utter
can
bullshit.
give like a stonemason the best chisel ever, but if
Yeah.
he doesn't have any talent, he's not going to do anything with
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
You know, like so.
Yeah, there's that.
If you know what you're doing, and you have a bunch of offboard
I mean,
gear.
here's what I will say
Yeah.
in regards to hearing the DAW, quote unquote. Like the software instruments, you can probably hear,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so, if there's
I'm
built-in
definitely not
Logic,
talking about
which
that.
there are built-in Logic instruments,
Yep.
and there are built-in Ableton instruments.
Yeah.
So like
yeah,
that you can.
I don't mess with that
hear.
in Pro Tools at all.
Yeah.
The built-in stuff.
I just do like
Well,
plugins, but I don't ever like
Yeah, plugins.
cello. Like
Okay.
I'm not doing.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Makes
So
sense.
so yeah, I guess that is where that comes in. Is like, oh yeah, that sounds like this Logic drum kit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, you can hear that probably.
I feel like I can hear the Ableton grain delay
Oh, yeah?
plugin. Like it's got a very specific sound. Like I really like it. I
Sure.
use it, but
Yeah.
I use it so much that whenever I hear anyone else's track that has, it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's
I mean,
the
that's
grain
the
delay.
delay.
Like, I know that grain delay.
You
yeah.
like you tuned yourself, your ear,
Yeah.
to hear it. So
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
there's definitely, I mean, CLA.
Yeah.
Whenever we hear his plugins, we know it's him.
yeah. We have all the Chrysler LG shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do it kind of for a joke. We're
Yeah.
like we were doing demos. We're like, make these vocals better, dude. CLA
Dude,
it,
CLA?
baby.
Gotta CLA
Bass, CLA it.
Yeah, that's 3 of them in a row. That's gonna make it sound 3 times better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
At least,
Yeah. At least. Yeah.
if not exponentially.
Yeah. 9 times better.
Do you want to sound like you're singing in the world?
So wait, okay, so then I mean I know you, but I barely know you. So you went to school for marketing. What got you into music in like the first place then? Like growing up?
Yeah.
Way the fuck back when?
What was my first instrument?
What was your first instrument?
First instrument. How old were you?
I think it was an accordion, and I was like 6.
Whoa,
Accordion,
Weird
yeah.
Al's here, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it was a little small. It was like a little green kid's accordion.
Yeah.
But I loved it. I was like, oh, this is so
yeah,
cool.
I had like a black and red one.
Oh, like a little one.
Yeah, like a almost
Yeah.
like a toy, the
Yeah.
toy version of it.
But they sound great.
They're
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything with it.
Don't have it anymore.
It's probably still sitting in a box
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah, yeah.
somewhere in
Gotta
Michigan.
pull it out.
Yeah.
For some samples.
Yeah, it's definitely worth
I
sampling.
mean,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Now that I'm an adult,
yeah. Now that you know what to do with it.
Yo.
not some rebelling.
But
punk.
so what got you interested in it? You just liked it growing up?
Oh,
or-
okay. So yeah, so my family's from Brazil,
Right.
and my mom's family specifically is from the south of Brazil, which is like close to Argentina and Uruguay, and it's like the
he
like the
hit, us,
whole
he hit us with the Uruguay.
Yeah.
Uruguay.
Uruguay.
So it's like if you've been to a Brazilian steakhouse ever, like the
Mhm.
whole that whole thing is from the,
The
south of Brazil.
churrascaria.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Dude,
So-
they're the best.
They're so
It's
good.
like it's all the gaucho culture
Yeah,
and
dude.
all that.
I'm still
So
saying you got to take me to Brazil sometime, man.
come on over. Yeah,
man.
we
Yeah.
we'll hook it up.
Yeah, it's like it's my number one travel destination that I haven't been to. It's like, gotta go to Brazil.
Gotta go.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Gotta go to Brazil. dude.
Yeah.
But so accordion is a big instrument there.
Is it?
Ah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big instrument in like the gaucho like music scene.
Okay.
So it's one of the lead instruments, you know. So I grew up listening to a lot of accordion music from the south of Brazil, and I was like, this is it. This is
Yeah.
the best. I gotta learn how to play that thing. I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
the sound of it. So yeah, I had my own little accordion. But it turns out to buy a proper accordion, like those are super expensive.
Yeah.
Thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Thousands of dollars. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's not. So I grew up outside of DC. Like we moved from Brazil to Mexico to the U.S.
Okay.
And it turns out it's not super easy to find an accordion instructor in the suburbs of DC.
Yeah.
So
You
I
had
mean-
much better luck in Brazil or Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
not there.
You know where you'd find them? Michigan, because
Yeah?
us Polacks live there.
Oh, polka shit.
And
yeah,
we love the accordion.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
All right.
But I never did classes, so
You know.
There's still time. We can still pick it up.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a keyboard. You
no
know?
time like the present. dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dare you to try to squeeze that
I
keyboard.
know. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Yeah. Okay. So that's your first
That's my
instrument.
first instrument.
Did you like actually learn it or learn it?
No, unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my parents got me a trumpet. But like we moved to the U.S.
Yeah.
and my parents.
How old?
I was like 5 or 6.
Okay.
Yeah. They didn't really know what the music education system was like here.
Sure.
So they're like, oh, there's a band. Great. Like, okay, so we'll rent him a trumpet and he'll learn how to play in
School
school.
band. Yeah.
Mhm.
But they don't teach you how to play in the band. They just expect you to like learn outside and come in and play, you know?
When you
So
moved to, you were
5 or 6. Yeah.
5 or
Yeah.
6. They didn't do any like fundamentals,
what do you mean?
like
In school band.
yeah, in school.
Oh,
band?
I didn't start playing. No,
Oh, okay.
I probably started in the band maybe like 3rd grade, so I was a couple years older. But yeah, they still.
Really? I mean, everywhere's probably different, but Michigan, like, I think I was in 2nd grade, and they like hand you a recorder.
Yeah,
They're like,
Yeah.
hey, you know,
maybe I
Play
just
them up.
sucked. I don't know. Like I did. I
No,
certainly
well,
got
no,
nothing
for-
out
you
of it.
could
I
have
mean-
missed it, you know, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
you started the year after they taught you how to do embouchures and
Yeah.
Yeah.
fingering and holding your instrument correctly
Probably
and emptying
yeah.
all the spit out of it.
Yeah. That's the most fun part.
That,
When you're a
I know
kid,
how to do that
yeah.
really well. That's the one part I did.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
spitted it on purpose.
I'm so good at the spit valve, man.
Roll the spit. Yeah.
The spit valve virtuoso.
So I just like I made like random trumpet sounds. Had no clue what I was doing
Sure.
for like a year or two. That was
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
no
it.
lessons, no nothing, just like figuring it out.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And your teachers just let you do it.
Well, I would, be in the trumpet section. So I'd be like,
Blending.
Yeah, yeah.
you know,
yeah,
just
yeah.
like it's
Faking it with your friends.
notices.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
You're just blowing. You're not.
Yeah. No, not
actually
doing the
pushing
fuck. Not
producing
yet.
sound.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just blowing air.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of hiding out for a year.
You're just singing the notes through your trumpet.
All right.
That's
That
kinda
would've been a
brilliant.
Step up. Yeah.
I mean, hey, you got to blend in somehow, like you
gotta
said.
blend in.
Yeah, yeah.
Until they sing you out there. Play the C.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I also didn't speak English when I
Fair.
got here, so I
That's
feel
fair.
like there's a lot. Maybe there was instruction. I just didn't get it.
Ah.
I didn't know what was going
Sure.
on. So.
Yeah.
That's probably also insane.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Like, you could not put me in like Mexico and have me try to learn a
An instrument.
2nd grade class of
Yeah, yeah.
anything,
Yeah, yeah.
let alone
An instrument. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Instrument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like,
That
all
was
right,
crazy.
here's a structure and
So then-
theory, and you don't know what I'm even saying, but I hope you put this together.
Yeah.
And also, you got to do this with your mouth.
Yeah, yeah.
To do that,
Yeah.
and do you know
And
what
sound good.
Do you
Yeah.
know what 2 times 2 is yet?
Yeah.
Like,
I was in ESOL for a long time. You guys know what ESOL is? English for speakers
Oh, yeah,
of
yeah.
other
ESOL.
languages.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
ESOL, yeah.
Yeah.
what is that? Like, what does that mean?
English as a second language.
Like,
it's
They
like,
just pull you out of class and teach you English for half the day
Okay.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was, that I think worked because I ended up
I mean, you're
learning
pretty
English.
good at English
All right,
now.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a doctorate.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Um,
That's fair. But okay, so growing up though, is it all that like gaucho music? Is it that like
That was a big influence.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
was
Is
a
that
big
what your folks are
influence.
playing you? And
What's
you
the
know?
best
My mom
band?
is. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Give us some names.
Just give me one.
Borghetti- Yeah, B-O-R-G-E. Oh no, B-O-R-G-H-E-T-T-I. Borghetti.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that guy was one of my childhood music heroes.
Okay.
Really amazing
I
accordion
like to
player.
look at weird stuff, so I'm,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
I'm
gonna
writing
go
down
here.
starring stuff
Check
that
it
I need to
out.
look at.
Yeah.
Another one was porca vea,
All
which
right.
just
Okay.
means old,
Oh.
old nut. Like what does
Old
it mean?
nut.
I don't know.
not like a nut, like a edible nut, like a nut from like a screw.
Oh, like a bolt.
Oh,
like
oh.
a, yeah,
like
yeah.
an old bolt.
Okay.
Porca vea.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Old Bolt
Okay.
Yeah, but you won't find them by typing in old bolt.
In-
Yeah, yeah.
P-O-
yeah,
in
yeah.
Portuguese.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
P-O-R-C-A-V-E-I-A. Porca vea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Luis Gonzaga. Man, there's
Huh.
a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. There's
That's
a
a-
lot of good
that's a
accordion
group?
players.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be because
Yeah. So that's
The
what your
country's
folks are.
kinda big.
That's like what they're raising you on, or
My mom,
That's just
yeah.
what,
My dad's not from the South. My dad is from São Paulo. He's like
Okay.
from a big city, so he was into totally different stuff.
Okay.
Like he was into like Paulista, like rock, and there's a guy named Raul Seixas that he was big into. RAULSEIXAS.
get it.
Raul Seixas. Yeah, so it was kind of like so they grew up
Spell
in
check.
yeah. Well, they grew up in the Brazil like when it was a military dictatorship. So a lot
Okay.
of music was kind of had double meanings, and so this guy was like pretty
Spreading some truths.
some truths.
He was
but
the
like,
Rage Against the Machine, dude.
yeah, but like masquerading and like very like out there, kind of funny, but also like surrealist kind of lyrics. Yeah. So
Yeah, hiding it so that he doesn't get extradited or
Yeah.
killed or put
Yeah.
in jail or
little concerns like that.
yeah, the little concerns of your life not being the same ever again.
Dude. Yeah.
That's got to be insane.
Yeah.
Okay.
What made your parents want to come to the U.S.?
My dad got a job. They both work in public health. So
Okay.
he got a job first in DC, like working with public health. And then my mom also got a public health job at the same place. Yeah.
Awesome.
How do you get a public health job when you live in Brazil? In Washington,
In
D.C.
DC.
Yeah. In the capital. Yeah.
Yeah.
of America.
Yeah. It's gnarly.
It is a big move. Yeah. Well, so they started off working with, I guess, local public health
Yeah.
Sure.
organizations.
I'm
government.
figuring crawl up into
Yeah,
government and
you
then
gotta go
you
up.
probably go over. But it's
So-
just crazy to, like,
Just full on relocate.
yeah,
Yeah.
full on relocate and like,
Big move. Yeah.
yeah,
Crazy.
you're not just jumping over to Canada.
Yeah.
You know,
It's funny. I moved to Mexico first, but I feel like Mexico to U.S. was a much bigger culture shock.
Oh,
than
I'd
Brazil to
imagine.
Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Totally
yeah.
different.
Yeah. Especially, from Latin America in general to the whitest of the white people in DC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably no like wire fence between South America and Mexico.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's no wall.
Trump's
there.
wall's
No
not
wall.
there.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah, they're working on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
against walls, dude.
Is that your thing?
Yep,
over
yep.
it? Oh, yeah. You got a racist button.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we get racist.
How often do racist things come up? They need a button.
Well, we just cover our bases. So
Okay.
even anything that could be like construed it that way, even if they don't totally
We could
don't
be
mean
talking
that.
about
Yeah.
sure microphones the wrong way, and it could
Yeah.
be racist.
Why they got to be black? These microphones are
And we're
black.
canceled.
Yeah.
It happens.
Amazing.
Yeah. Okay. So they're just making that big old life change and like just full on putting down roots, right?
Be like,
Down
all right,
roots.
son,
Yeah.
good luck.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah. Do you have siblings?
Yeah, I have two brothers. I have one of them lives in Brazil. One of them lives in Maryland.
Older, younger?
Both older.
Okay.
Yeah. The one that moved. So one of them stayed. He was already older, so he just stayed in Brazil. Ciro.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
My other brother Wira, he moved with us, and he's 9 years older than me. So
Okay.
when he got here, like he was.
Yeah, he's a teenager.
That's
then.
good.
Yeah, he was a
hard,
teenager.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he was in high school. So I feel like that was. I mean, as crazy of a culture shock as it was for me, I feel like it was even.
Dude, you're
Yeah.
Way
you have
crazy
like
for him.
rooted friends. By
Yeah.
then.
You have friends.
Like
you
when
know
you're
what-
younger, you can like always make friends.
Yeah.
Right.
When you're like
A
I don't know.
teenager.
Yeah, when I was a teenager, I was like rebelling. I had my little clique and stuff. Now you're just like,
I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
New country, new language.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
yeah. What does anything mean?
Yeah.
Like, what do you guys hate? I want to hate it with you.
But you said he stayed in Maryland, right? So
He's still in Maryland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's still there.
All right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we moved out here.
What
and
does he
then
do?
He's a computer programmer.
Okay.
So sometimes when I'm trying to do real computer stuff,
Yeah.
I'll call him.
you give him
up.
the coding questions and the
It's like,
yeah.
How do you do this thing in C++? Or
Yeah.
yeah.
ChatGPT's not giving it to me yet.
Yeah.
Dude, I
Yeah.
had ChatGPT do SEO.
Oh,
Just write
Did it
SEO
work out?
articles. Yeah.
really?
Didn't get flagged by Google.
Allegedly.
It's the new 4.0 that came out.
Oh,
And
wow.
because Google's constantly evolving.
Yeah.
And AI is getting better,
Yeah.
obviously, by the minute.
Yeah.
Like, they look fine, you know? You just
Yeah.
got to take out some, like, crazy words because they'd be like, incredibly, stupendously,
Yeah.
meticulously. And you're like, dude, write dumber.
Yeah. Right, like a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one uses all the 12-letter words in one sentence.
Have you ever told it, make it sound like me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can talk about this because I don't work for them anymore. I did like a bunch of reviews on products, and I would literally do like, write me a 10-word review without commas and all this shit.
Yeah.
Without commas? Dude, because it'll put thousands of commas.
Yeah.
That's my big pet peeve. But
Yeah.
it would be about like THC vape that really helps with pain relief in this in a southern tone. And then you could be like in a Texas tone, in a New York tone, and then it would end up like change, like see,
adding y'all.
Yeah. It would literally do like
Dialects.
nomenclature or whatever dialect to that region.
Impressive.
Yeah,
Impressive.
it's funny too because the reviews would be like, this thing hit me like 2 sticks going down the river on a Friday night. Yeah. Like, oh, all right, dude. Like,
Sure.
I guess I'm in Louisiana.
That's so good.
Yeah, it was great. It also just makes your life a little bit more interesting.
Okay, so you're playing trumpet as a kid. What's like the first music you hear that's like your music? What's like your
Trying to keep the timeline going.
yeah, like just
We'll come back. We hit
Yeah.
potholes.
yeah. There's tons of tangents, but so like, here's the
Like,
question we
what's
ask
the-
everybody.
Yeah.
What's the first album you bought with your own money?
Puff Daddy and the Family.
Fucking A.
These days,
Canceled.
yeah. But,
Cancel.
yeah. Well, for Diddy,
Yeah,
but yeah.
yeah, he's-
But
yeah.
good first album though, man.
Great first album. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Actually, you know what? I think we bought. My parents took me out to Tower Records
Yeah.
in Rockville, Maryland, and I got the Puff Daddy and the Family album, and I also got Coolio Gangster's Paradise.
Yes.
Those are my 2 first
Okay.
albums.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I still have them. Yeah.
Awesome. Great. So hip hop was the like, this is mine now. This is my music. What's like the
I don't
music you were
know.
listening to that like your parents didn't understand?
That.
That-
Yeah, they had
yeah.
no
I
idea
mean-
what the lyrics were. So
Oh,
they
that's
were
fair.
like,
Yeah.
Oh, Puff Daddy. Yeah, it sounds. He looks nice. Yeah. Let's get going.
They keep saying
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
N-word a lot.
Yeah. It just means black. yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Remember they
sorry.
also
Yeah.
there we are.
Yep.
they got a Snoop Dogg album for my cousin because they thought it had to do with Snoopy and the Peanuts cartoon. And,
Oh, shit, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Parental advisory means that parents listen to it, so
yeah,
it's all right.
recommended.
Snoopy's back in black and white, and the label's black and white.
Yeah.
So you know.
That
all great
is
albums,
awesome.
Yeah. No, that's good shit, man. That's good stuff.
It'd be great if they got it for someone that was like born and raised here, and
Uh-huh.
it was like,
Yeah,
you know,
this is good for kids.
An 8-year-old,
Yeah, yeah.
and they're like, "Why the fuck are you giving my kid this
Gangster
album?"
I remember I got a Brazilian band album. We went back to Brazil one time and I brought it. I gave it to one of my friends. I'm like, here's like one of the great Brazilian rock bands right now. It's a band called Skunky,
Skunky.
but it's spelled Skank.
Oh, skunky.
Skank.
Yeah. Is it
Yeah.
ska?
I mean, they had some ska influences.
Okay.
It's like pop rock with ska influences, 90s stuff.
Because my girlfriend's in a ska band, so she knows
Oh.
all shit tons about ska, and she
Great.
said there's this good Brazilian ska scene. So you know,
I'd love
yeah.
to know more about that. I don't know
Yeah.
anything about the Brazilian ska scene.
Abracadabra, I think
Okay.
is one of the bands. Anyways,
Nice.
sorry.
I feel like it definitely has a good.
ska's everywhere.
Well, it
man.
has a good parallel too with like the instruments.
Yeah.
If like an accordion is
Yeah.
popular,
Yeah.
it's pretty.
You're gonna get some horns. And
Yeah,
that's all you
right.
need.
It's a
There's a huge reggae influence in Brazil.
boom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, there you go.
tons
If
of
you have
reggae.
reggae, you're gonna have ska.
I mean,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
you are down on that parallel.
yeah.
Jamaica.
Yeah.
So but
Yeah. Okay. So okay, then what gets you interested in doing it yourself, playing music, besides school and all that shit?
Yeah. I don't know. Oh, I think I showed up to middle school band and they were like, here's the 2 options. We need a tuba or we need a percussionist.
Okay.
Like, which one do you want?
You're a dude.
Yeah.
I want to hit shit.
I wanted the tuba. I
Oh,
wanted
really?
the tuba. I was
Well, you
like-
already had trumpet, right? So
Well, yeah, not that I learned.
Not that it
anything from
counts,
that,
but-
I can
You know.
sing through this thing.
it's like an amplifier.
yeah. It's just a bigger trumpet.
Yeah. I thought it sounded awesome. Like, whoa. I'm like, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Like these low brass sounds. I thought it sounded so cool. And it looks like this huge, metallic thing you're holding. I just thought it had a great look and sound to it.
Yeah, tubas
but
are rad.
Yeah, but it was something, I don't know, it was something about like we couldn't find a tuba or
Couldn't rent one from the school?
Couldn't rent. No, the school didn't rent things out. You had to rent it from Music and Arts Center or something. Yeah.
That's where
Yeah.
I got all my stuff.
So I ended up with percussion. Yeah. So like we went to the snare drum, a Ludwig Black Beauty. snare
Ooh, the
drum.
black. Did we get you one?
No, you got me Superphonic.
Ooh, those are nice too.
Black Beauties
Yeah.
are the shit, though.
Yeah. I'm surprised Music and Arts had that, but yeah, it was like a pretty nice snare drum.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how I got into percussion. It was
Okay.
just by default, kind of. Yeah.
Way easier to read rhythms than it is to read pitches. So.
Yeah. Well, I think that's also why my sight reading still
Yeah.
sucks.
Yes, same. Yeah, same. I can read rhythms like nobody's business,
Yeah.
but you get pitches in there, and that's when I
No.
freak out.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Why are there things in between the lines?
Yeah. Just give me this way. I don't
Those are
want
the
this.
toms, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I just fake all that shit anyway.
Yeah.
It's a fill.
Okay, hear this,
Yeah.
Phil?
Yeah.
When you guys play music, or playing music in band growing up, like how much of the time did you like actually read the music while you're on stage, or how much of it was you just kind of memorized it and you weren't
By
really looking at the
concert
score?
time, I probably had it more or less memorized.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same.
But
I was
yeah.
I was a big band nerd.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I did because I didn't want to do regular classes.
Did you
so
do
I,
marching? You did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I was
Well,
able.
there you have to memorize
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
that's
Well,
what
you didn't
I
have
was.
the little.
I did
flipping?
because
Okay.
I was a flautist.
Oh, okay,
Ah.
nice.
That's when I was doing my piccolo. And my,
Nice.
Wait, where do you put the flipping? On your arm.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you just put it in. It has a swivel on it.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But even with that, if you're doing marching band, you're drilling every weekend, right?
Yeah.
And then
But by showtime, you need to be,
dude.
Yeah.
I mean, by once you're semi-proficient at a high school level,
Yeah.
you know your school song.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You played
Yeah,
it
you know the-
5
you know the
billion
fight song,
fucking
yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're like, we're gonna do this one. So we would just drill the song in class most of the time instead of doing, some overture thing.
Yeah.
And then you'd go out and you'd be like, here's the steps.
Yeah.
So you already got to know the fucking song.
Yeah.
Right.
But
right.
I quit that after a while. I did it.
Fair enough.
I did it for 2 years and I was done.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I did percussion in school band too, and yeah, it's literally just learn it in rehearsal, and then by the time you've played it enough, it's just like
Yeah.
I know it.
Luckily.
I was just in a pit orchestra for a musical, and it was
Oh.
almost the exact same thing.
Wait, what was the musical?
Chicago.
Did you
I was-
tell me that last time I saw you?
I
can't remember.
posted about it on Instagram.
Oh,
You
okay.
might have
Yeah.
seen it.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's it was just this past couple weeks, and yeah, it's the same process. It's just like I learn faster by ear anyway,
Yeah.
so I can read sheet music, but
Yeah.
I way faster. So just put on the soundtrack and read along. That helps, but
Yeah.
yeah, I learned it all by ear. And
It's also
Nice.
like you had a bunch of cues stuff, right?
yeah,
So it's
exactly.
like,
At that point,
you got to be there.
you just have to
Yeah.
know your cue.
Yeah.
Gotta be
Who am I
present.
looking for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch the conductor. You're fine. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He said cymbal, not snare.
Yeah. Exactly. None of that shit matters.
My first middle school band concert, I was playing a crash cymbal, and the conductor went like whatever, like that to
cut off,
to
yeah.
cut the thing off.
Yeah.
And I mistook it for a cue.
Dude,
and
high at
did a
karate,
huge
dude.
cymbal crash, right? And he just gave me like the death stare from the podium. I was like, damn. First
You
time.
just say a bunch of Portuguese at him.
Yeah. Sorry, don't speak English. Yeah.
In Brazil, that means play the cymbal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what it means in Brazil.
Your mistake.
Yeah.
I sounded rad.
Yeah.
It was
I
my
did it great.
solo. I hit it.
Oh, dude was a percussionist too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah, so he definitely knew.
Oh, yeah.
he
Yeah.
knew. He knew.
Yeah.
He was cool about it.
I mean, how old were you?
Middle school.
Give you a break.
12 or something.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, come on.
In a concert though, that's the best.
Mm.
Yeah.
No one's listening to it.
Yeah. You think the parents know? Yeah, the parents know the piece. They're
They're
like,
just
"Hey,
trying to
I was
put more-
wrong. Yeah.
Try to put more vodka in there.
Cymbal kid.
They're
Yeah.
popping to have on them.
If anything, you just gave them something to talk about.
Yeah.
Remember that cymbal kid? Yeah. That was hilarious.
Did you guys play in college ensemble?
I did. Yeah. I did jazz bands and stuff.
Okay.
I just took piano classes and stuff, but I never did performance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It was my major was like I was in Latin big band and
Yeah.
what was it? They called it contemporary jazz ensemble.
Oh,
and,
okay.
yeah, stuff like that.
A lot of yeah.
Yeah, and then combos and stuff.
I feel like
But-
definitely it gets to like another level of competitiveness in college, especially if you're at a big music
Jazz,
school.
jazz isn't all that competitive.
No?
But, I mean, it
Okay.
can be if you're a douchebag, but but
Which they all are.
there were a
So
couple.
it is.
There were a couple.
What's that
I'm
movie
kidding.
about the jazz drummer?
Whiplash.
Yeah, okay.
I hate
still
that
haven't
movie.
seen it, but
Oh,
okay.
don't. It's so inaccurate. It's
Okay.
wildly inaccurate.
Dude, Justin, you don't know this guy. One of our friends, Justin, used to live here. He gave me like a 30, probably 20-minute
Rant
on why I should watch that movie.
Oh,
on why you
really?
should.
Yeah, and I've heard, don't watch it.
Yeah.
And then he's like, dude, you
Yeah.
totally get it.
Here's my one sentence on it. It's not a music movie. It's a sports movie.
Sports movie.
Yeah. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
like if Rocky were a musician.
Okay.
Okay.
So they treat it like it's this big redemption, like he's the underdog drummer. He's never gonna make it as a drummer, and then he has this big redeeming moment at the end.
Well,
But like,
he was great, and then he wasn't.
but it is
and now he's
literally
coming
just
back.
treating music as a competition, where like that just wasn't my experience at all. Everyone's super cool. Everyone's helping each other out.
Okay,
You
good.
know, it's
Yeah.
not like you're
I mean,
competing
you're
just
also
to
a
be
cool dude.
Yeah, but like it's fucking jazz.
Props.
Like, chill out.
Yeah.
Just
Have a good
play
time.
the notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play every note you want. Yeah, play any
Choose a
note.
Go for
It's
it. Yeah.
jazz.
Yeah. Literally, one of the slogans in one of my classes was "wrong but strong."
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Dude,
Just try it.
Yeah.
Play it confidently.
Yeah,
man.
play it confidently.
Yeah.
It works. It's wrong,
Yeah.
but it's strong.
You know what it doesn't work in? Rock and roll. Because
Not
I
exactly.
found some things I played real strong that didn't work.
Wrong and strong.
You didn't have enough effects on it. That's the problem. Like more distortion, more
Greg?
phasers.
Yeah. Craig,
More
if you're listening,
Sans Amp.
you're listening right now. Yeah, more Sans Amp. Just throw more plugins on it. More CLA. That's what you need.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, I didn't even think about that.
More CLA. That's all you need.
Pitch shift down.
So then
It's
by
the
the
right
time fucking you're going to school for marketing, so music's not even really the picture.
Wait,
By then? Oh,
snare drum.
yeah.
Did you ever get a full kit?
yeah.
Oh,
I
there you
got a
go.
full
Good
kit.
question.
I got
Good
a full
question.
kit. Yeah, I got a Pearl Export Select.
Sweet.
I like
yeah,
Pearl.
orange, nice orange color.
Orange, hell yeah.
With some used Zildjian scimitar cymbals. Those are like, I think they're from the 80s. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
Do they make those anymore?
No, I don't think they made those
yeah,
in decades.
because I haven't
Yeah.
seen them.
Yeah, it was
That's crazy.
It was like an old cymbal when I got it. So, but it's
Yeah,
just it's
yeah.
what they had. And,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
They're probably worth tons of money now.
I should look into it. Yeah.
Or none.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they
It's one or
sounded
the
that
other.
good. Yeah.
They were swords. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just hitting swords. Yeah. I mean, okay. So how old were you
kit.
when you got your first kit?
Whoa.
Your parents bought it for you, right?
They bought it for
Yeah.
me. Yeah, we had it in Rockville. I don't know. I was probably like 12 or 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's an investment for any parent to to buy their kid drums.
Yeah.
Dude,
Because
what an investment. Not even
Right.
monetarily.
Yeah.
no, I mean
Like,
emotionally. Yeah.
peacefully.
Yes. Oh man.
Yeah.
Were you
The whole
playing in your
neighborhood
house? Or?
Yeah, my neighbors invested in me too. You know, it was
Good.
just like,
Yeah.
You had cool neighbors.
well, no. I mean, I'm just saying they like they kind of
they had to.
They had to deal with it.
They put up with it.
They were kind enough to like tolerate it, you know. So I definitely appreciate the neighbors that I had. I
Yeah,
didn't-
same here.
You
I
know,
had
like
cool
when
neighbors.
you're So as a drummer, I'm sure you,
You have to.
understand.
You
Yeah,
have to.
but it's like you don't realize how much like the sound of a drum kit carries
Very.
until you live next to another drummer. And you're like, whoa, hold on.
Did you
Like,
have
Yeah.
basements in DC?
we did, but it wasn't in the basement.
Oh, my
No,
my brother's a drummer, and when he got his kit, it was downstairs in like the furnace room,
Yeah.
and he could only play it from this to this.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
And it was when it was daylight, so
Yeah,
my mom
daylight.
could go gardening or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even then, you're just outside and you just hear like the house is just exploding.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's insane. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you guys ever had these, but like they make some kind of rubber pads.
Oh,
that
yep,
you put
I had
on the
those.
tom
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
snare.
I hate them.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, they're
terrible
like
to play
mouse
on.
pads, pretty
Yeah,
much, right?
exactly. They're
Like,
literally just mouse pads
Yeah.
in the shape of a drum.
Yeah. Yeah. I hated
Some guy's
playing on
rich
it,
off
but-
it.
Now they
dude,
make
so-
practice heads, which are pretty sweet.
Oh yeah, the little mesh ones.
Mesh
right?
ones, yeah,
Those
they're
are
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'd take those over the rubber things.
Those are
any
the
day.
same ones that are on.
They're basically like
electric
what I
kits?
have on the. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But you can put them on real drums, and they're
Yeah.
quiet as fuck. So,
Mm.
so that's the apartment living way.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck with your cymbals.
Yeah. Well, put tape on them or whatever.
I mean, even with that though.
And they have, I mean, practice cymbals are still loud too. Like they have the cymbals with holes in them
Yeah.
and stuff, but
Yeah.
those are still loud.
Yeah,
They
you're
are.
hitting metal with a piece of wood.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't really get around it.
There's no substitute.
No.
Yeah. Okay, so but at least your parents recognized enough that you cared enough to
Yeah.
want to do it.
When you
Did you take
got it,
lessons?
were you Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Were you relentless about it? Because some kids get something and it takes them a while to get into it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I think I was pretty into it because I was
Who were your drum gods?
man, Dennis Chambers.
Nice.
Um,
There
Who's
you
Dennis
go.
Chambers?
The jazz cat. Yeah.
All right.
yeah,
Yeah.
Dennis Chambers was a big one. I'm trying to remember the name of this dude who's another one of my.
He's trying to think of. Goo, 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 goo.
Oh,
Phil Collins,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, Phil Collins. I don't think I even found out about that until years later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great song.
It was a joke.
Yeah.
I think I was really big into Tool at the time too.
There you
so-
go.
I mean,
Danny Carey
yeah, Danny
rules.
Dude,
Carey,
talking
yeah.
about insane. Good luck being a 12-year-old trying to play that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I was trying to.
I guess if you're not like structured, it might be slightly
it's all
easier.
just counting. If you can
I
count, you
know,
can do it.
but
Yeah.
he is so fucking all over
Yeah,
the
yeah.
place. His rhythms are insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's gnarly.
Wild dude. I feel like when you start playing drums and you're in the school jazz band or whatever, they're
Mhm.
like, you got to check out Buddy Rich,
Yeah.
and Gene Krupa, and I
Mhm.
was like, okay. And then there's like that one drum battle between Buddy Rich and Gene Krupa.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's like
It's the only
I
thing
think
they've
the
ever
30
seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta see this.
Yeah.
It's so I was like, okay, cool, yeah, like the big band swing drummers from
Mhm.
the 30s and stuff, Art Blakey,
Yeah,
all the
sure.
jazz dudes, Max Roach. So yeah, it was kind of between.
Is that the stuff you're learning?
jazz
Jazz stuff?
that
or-
was the stuff
yeah.
I was learning. Yeah, like
Cool.
jazz drums,
Sweet.
but also rock. My drum teacher was this guy who was from Russia and played in the what did he call? I think it was just like the Soviet like military band basically,
fun.
and he was like a drummer in the Soviet military band. So
Cool.
a lot of his stuff was like more orchestral and like marching.
Yeah.
But he
Really
also-
good rudiments.
yeah, great rudiments.
Yeah.
But he knew drums too, but like
Sure.
he was just kind of like, yeah, whatever you want to play, man, we'll figure it out.
Cool.
So, we
How are
just
you
did
That's a
that.
good teacher.
How are you holding sticks?
Oh, I was doing match grip.
Okay.
Okay.
But eventually, I kept watching like the old school jazz drummers. They
They're
always
all
did
traditional,
the
yeah.
traditional. I was like, it looks so much cooler.
It
I want
looks
to do
cooler.
that.
It just does. I can't. It
I
doesn't
think it's-
feel as good.
Yeah, it's just because they lean in when they. Like,
Well, the
end up
reason it
doing-
started is from actual marching when
Right.
the drum was slanted.
Ah, yeah.
So it's like literally at an angle.
Yeah,
And you can
that
see
makes
old
sense.
jazz cats like literally still have the snare drum at that weird
Yeah.
ass angle.
Dude,
but-
I do that now.
Yeah?
Yeah, I switched over to traditional. I
Sweet.
made the switch
Okay.
probably like in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, because my
Full commit. I like it.
Yeah, 'cause the guy. I started taking lessons from this other dude who was like more of a drummer, jazz drummer,
Mhm.
and he played traditional. I was like, "How do I do it?" He's like, he taught me how to do the traditional grip on the drum set,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's cool. I mean, I recognize now that like matched grip is probably better, like probably more practical for like a
It's
drum
just
set.
more
you know?
practical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
A full kit.
Yeah. For an actual kit. Yeah. But I will not deny it looks cooler.
It
Traditional
looks
is
like you're
definitely-
cooking. It looks
Yeah.
like you're cooking
Exactly.
something,
It
yeah.
looks way cooler.
And for old jazz drummers too, they didn't have like they're like on 3 pieces or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
They're all
so-
on tiny, like
yeah.
ragtag shit. So
They're not.
Yeah.
That's the kind of kit
Tool.
I have.
yeah.
I have a setup like yours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, less cymbals, I guess, but like just one.
Yeah.
tom up
3
here,
piece.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think like even in standard music, that's what every drummer should have.
Yeah. That's all you
don't
need.
you don't need 74 rototoms and like
Yeah.
2 kick drums.
Unless you're Danny Carey.
What's the dude like? There's the one guy who's just got like the outrageous drum set every time,
Neil Peart had the 360 one.
yeah,
right?
that
Yeah,
was
okay.
insane.
But there's another guy. Is it Terry Bozzio? Is that what I'm thinking?
Yes, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the guy who's like
Yeah.
always got the tricked out like
And
guitar
and he's
center
got like
posters.
the-
Yeah.
oh, what's the dude from? I forget. Not Mike Portnoy. Well, Mike Portnoy too, but the dude from Dream Theater, the second drummer,
Oh.
has literally like scaffolding around his kit, and he has symbols on it and shit.
You know what
It's
that
like-
reminds me of is like someone that like buys a new car, gets every single option, and then
Yeah.
goes to AutoZone and gets all the attachments that he
Yeah.
can find, and then like
Yeah.
goes to another. And like
That's
all of a
basically
sudden,
what it is.
all of a sudden he's got like 14 spoilers
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like
Yeah.
aerodynamic things.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Looks
flames.
for like an everyday driver.
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
You got a Prius.
yeah.
It's
That
got
used
wings,
to be a
though.
Prius.
It can fly.
No, I always wanted that kind of drum set. You know, you would
Oh,
see
it's
it,
fun.
like, yeah,
It's so fun.
it looks awesome.
It's just, I mean, that's the
gear.
goal. Like when we're super rich and famous, and I have a drum tech, that's the kind of kid I'll have.
Yeah.
Who's setting it up for me? But
Right.
when I'm lugging my own shit, there's no way I'm doing
3-piece
that.
or
Yeah.
a 4-piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to like play backwards so people can see you.
I'm
There's
not
only
facing
there's
the
only
audience.
3 of
Yeah,
us.
yeah. I'm not facing it. Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay, so but still, you went to school for marketing, so you didn't think music was going to be the thing, or
I was a music major, and a marketing major.
oh, okay, I
then
thought you
I-
said minor.
It wasn't. Yeah, it ended up being a minor because I got
Oh,
to
gotcha.
the last
Okay.
year of school.
So you
and
went in as a major.
I went in. I went in like undeclared. I didn't know what I was
Okay,
gonna
fair.
do. I just
Yeah, yeah.
I went there and then
Yeah.
I was like, okay, yeah, marketing
Yeah,
sounds fun. I don't know. I didn't
Yeah.
really know what I want to do.
but you were in the music.
I was
Right.
in the music and I
Yeah.
played in the ensembles the whole time I was there.
Sure.
They had just gotten some big donation for like a brand new art center. They had like an incredible percussion setup, like Steinways in every room. It was like someone just gave them a bunch of money and they went to town with the
That's
instrument
awesome.
purchases. It was awesome.
Cool.
So yeah, I was doing music and marketing, and then it was time to graduate, and I was like, oh, I don't think I took like any of the music history classes. And I took the jazz history class. I took like the electronic music ones. I didn't take a couple of the requirements, and I was like,
Okay,
what do I do? They're like, well,
we can give you a minor.
yeah, either you stay for another year and you pay however much money, or we
Yeah.
give you the minor. I was like, I'll just take the minor.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
Because you can technically get it at the next school, right?
Yeah. I mean, hey, it got you into ICIT,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's, you know.
So that's my next question is how'd you hear about ICIT?
I think I was just Googling around. I was
Cool.
kind of just trying to figure out.
Sick.
Yeah.
Power of Google, dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I was, well, you know, I had this idea about California. I was like, California, it's going to be great. Red
Yeah.
Hot Chili Peppers are from California.
Sure.
Like, you know, Sublime, all these great bands are from California. I want to go check it out. There's beaches.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'd ever even been here.
Okay.
But I just started applying to California schools,
Mhm.
and ICIT looked really cool. I applied to Cal Arts and a couple
Sure.
other places.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I started hearing back, and I think Cal Arts was, which is odd. Like Cal Arts is such a great school,
good school,
but
yeah.
like they don't have like a full ride like ICIT has.
Oh, they
So-
don't. Oh. Okay.
Well, not for the
Yeah.
program that I applied for.
Okay.
But they were like, yeah, you can come over here, and like they tried to, they were like really generous with the funding they could provide, but
Mhm.
it wasn't gonna like cover everything. And then Michael Desson calls me. He's like, hey, like, congrats, you got in.
Yeah.
And he sent me a like document, and it's like, okay, like ICIT is only $30,000 a year, and Cal Arts is gonna be like 40 or something. And he's
Mhm.
like, no. Like we're paying you. Like you
Yeah, yeah,
get
yeah.
paid to be here. I'm like, are you joking? You're gonna pay me to go to a master's? They're like,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right, done. Like
Yeah.
I was there. Yeah.
Sweet.
That's awesome. I moved here without ever being here.
Really?
We literally rented an apartment and signed paperwork in
No way.
Michigan and then
Wow.
drove here.
That's
That was the
wild.
first time I was ever in California.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it, dude.
How did you figure out where to rent and where to stay?
Wherever was the cheapest.
Okay. Yeah.
So we
Solid.
moved to North Long Beach across from Jordan High School, Atlantic and Artesia.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
And I mean, I'm here, so
Yeah, dude. Still.
How long ago was that?
2000.
20 years ago.
20 years
Ooh.
ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
2004.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like,
know.
well, I guess 19 because we came out in 2004.
All right. Okay.
But either
But
way.
still, you're thinking about it in 2004.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn.
It works
Yeah.
out. We're both still here.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I
Hey.
mean,
Nice.
I'm never moving back.
Right?
Gotta
Let
love
me tell you,
California.
I don't
Yeah.
want to shovel snow or rake leaves ever again in my life. I don't have to cut my own lawn. I don't even have one.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know one. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So, okay. So then, yeah, the ICIT thing happens, and then the Brown thing happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now you're doing this San Bernardino stuff. What you're out there with just you and your wife now, or what's?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just you and the lady.
How long have you been married?
2 years.
Nice.
Nice.
A little
Congrats.
over 2 years. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Nice. Okay. And it's just you're in a house out there, apartment. Where are you at?
We're in a house.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's the cool thing about being in the boonies. Like, you can actually
Yeah.
get a house. You
Fair.
know,
Yeah.
it's not as cheap as I was hoping it would be. Like,
Meh.
things kind of went up.
Yeah.
At least it's still available.
It's still available. It's
Do you
a
have a
house.
yard?
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
We have a pool. We have a
Yeah,
pool.
yeah,
hell
Dude,
yeah,
that's
dude.
insane. Yeah.
Nice.
You're rich.
Yeah. Yeah, you're rich.
I never thought I'd have a pool. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, like the house, we moved in, the house was just like, wow. Like it looked like 20 dogs had been living
Oh,
there
great.
for like a decade and just
Because
everything.
they
was-
have it.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Probably
it
have
wasn't
it,
too
yeah.
far off. Yeah.
Yeah.
These
Everything
dogs
was-
keep coming back. I have to keep showing them away.
These dogs just keep showing up.
The
And
keys to the house.
yeah, they're letting themselves in. Yeah.
But it was, yeah, and it was just like it's such a messed up house, and nobody wanted it, so we were able to like, cool, like there's a house with a pool,
Mhm.
and we're like, yeah, we'll put in the work to fix it up because
Mhm.
it has a pool and it's like decent
it.
size and all that. Cool, yeah. Oh, it's so much work. I don't know
Dude.
how this house was when you guys moved in, but like, man, it's a lot.
It's still work. I'm still doing shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, his was like at least had some major things redone to it.
Yeah.
So at least like
The
they,
floors were nice. Kitchen was good.
yeah, they like
Yeah.
opened up that area.
Oh,
but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean Michigan, every house is like that. So like
Yeah.
you're just,
Everything's a fixer upper.
yeah, I mean you're like buying, like my parents' house is from the 50s, so
Okay.
we moved into the house that I grew up in for the most part, like in '92 or something, and my parents are still fixing that fucking house.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like
Wow.
all natural wood floors. So then like
Okay.
over time you're like, oh, gotta redo them again. Like the roof's leaking.
Yeah.
I just the foundation in the basement just had to fix it for the second time in 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's cracked and
Yeah.
yeah, it's just
Dang.
yeah. I can only imagine having your own house and then you have a mortgage, a California mortgage,
Yeah.
not just a like
Yeah.
cheap area
Yeah.
mortgage. Like welcome to California.
I mean,
tax,
obviously,
tax.
the job came first, right? It's not like you're gonna.
Oh, yeah,
No.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I was
yeah,
gonna-
He just jumped in,
yeah,
dude.
yeah, just fucking going for it. Yeah,
I'll find a job.
yeah, yeah. We'll
I
make
bought
it
a house
happen.
in San Bernardino.
No, yeah, I
Yeah.
got the job. It was 2022. So like the COVID stuff was, we were still remote part of the semester,
Okay.
but like some jobs were starting to appear again.
Does that help the housing market?
You definitely did it first.
At
because
first,
that's when
yeah.
we got this place, and
Oh, okay.
interest rates were so low then.
So yeah, you got in at the right time. We got in at the wrong time.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, they were coming back up by then.
You
yeah.
should have called Oliver.
Yeah,
Well, can I get that house?
yeah, yeah. It's not like I have anything.
I need
to
a
do.
job, dude.
Yeah.
I bought a house.
Whoop, wrong one. Wrong one. Well, wrong one. I meant
There we
Yeah.
go,
Wait,
dude.
What is it?
Oliver's Privilege Corner.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, like, how are you liking the burnt San Bernardino life?
Uh,
Oh,
The burnt sand.
The burnt San
I've never
Bernardino.
heard anyone call it that before.
That was,
Yeah, that's a new
It was a misspeak, but I'll take it.
San Bernardino, I've heard.
Yeah. It's Cal
yeah.
State, right?
Cal State San Bernardino
Uh-huh.
in San Bernardino,
Bernardino.
California.
Do they have a
Yeah.
mascot? Do they have sports teams?
Coyotes? The
Coyotes,
Coyotes.
okay.
Yeah, we do have sports teams. There's
Okay.
an arena. We got basketball, baseball, all kinds of
Nice.
things.
Okay.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's really cool. I really like the people I work with.
How big's the department?
It's small.
Yeah.
It's really small. Yeah. Let me see how many like.
So if large is 15, is small you?
Yeah.
You're
it's,
the
you
whole
and, it's you and
department?
Kevin. Yeah.
One man department.
Yeah.
It's really small.
Are you talking about students or faculty?
Both, I guess.
Both. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we have maybe like 90 students, like 90 majors
Sure.
right now.
Okay.
And there's probably like, there's like some faculty that are like part-time. They'll come in to like teach lessons and stuff, but like that's mostly they're just like doing instrumental lessons
So
one-on-one.
you're an associate professor now, right? Or is
No,
it?
not yet.
not
No,
yet? Still
who
adjunct?
knows if I'll make it there. Yeah, no. So
I'm gonna quit before.
Yeah, right.
I don't like this house.
no, well they can always kick me out. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
have tenure yet.
Right,
So
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
You're, once you're on the
You're
once
on
you
track.
get tenure,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're a little bit more secure. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm
locked in.
assistant professor. So you start off at assistant.
Assistant.
And then usually like 5 years or so later, you can go up for tenure. They can
Okay.
always deny you, but then you would become an associate.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Assistant, then associate.
What-
Got it.
Are you working under someone, or because
It's more
you're
of a
like,
title.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
they're holding the man down.
Yeah.
There, so
Allegedly.
we have.
How long has Kevin been there?
I think he got there 2 years before I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I think 20. Oh yeah, no, because he was telling me he got his offer just as the COVID stuff was kicking off, and all
Oh.
the jobs were getting pulled from the market. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'll take it." Yep.
Yeah. anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jump
Okay.
on it.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. So
Yeah.
yeah, you guys are kind of alongside. That's fun.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's been there a little bit longer. Yeah. But
Yeah.
around the same time. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I feel
So
like
yeah, sorry, you never answered. How big is the staff?
This fact, yeah. So
90 students.
90 students.
6.
Yeah.
Like, cause there's.
I guess
we
it was
got
classes. though,
Bassoonists,
right?
we got flautists, we got sax players, we got.
Yeah, I would
trumpet,
assume it's a
there's,
lot of adjunct like lessons.
Yeah, a
and stuff.
lot of
Yeah.
lessons,
which
lot
is
of
like
lessons.
that's standard. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And then so as far as like full-time people who are like there teaching multiple classes every day,
Mhm.
there's probably 10 to 15 of
Okay.
us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I didn't
cool.
account into probably how many classes there are available.
Right.
Oh, there's a
I mean,
lot.
they have
you
they have
can't have one
degrees
person
available.
doing 6 classes at once.
So yeah, I mean, is it mostly focused on like performance degrees or composition or?
Is this my sales pitch to get students to come out to
Yeah, go for it.
CSUSB?
Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm just curious.
No, I mean, it's a mix.
Yeah.
Because we have a BM program. So, like,
Okay.
Bachelor of Music, that's more like the conservatory kind of thing, right? So,
Mhm.
you show up, you
Do your juries and
do
all
your
that shit.
exactly,
Yeah.
you do the juries, you're practicing 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
So, we do have the BM program. There's instrumental performance, there's vocal performance, there's a BM in conducting,
Oh,
which is kind
fun.
of cool. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
that's pretty unusual, like a
Mhm.
bachelor's in conducting. So, we
Nice.
have that. And then there's like a lot of students do music education.
Ah,
Although you can't, it's not music education in title. It's called pre-certification because in California, you got to do a 5th year, I guess, to get your actual teacher's credentials. So,
interesting.
yeah. So there's that.
Makes sense. California.
Sure. Yeah. Weirdos.
But that's not my thing. My thing's the music tech side. So
Right.
like we are launching 2 programs this fall.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's actually why they brought me over there. Like we
Sure.
want to do all this music tech stuff. We need someone
Yeah.
who's going to like build the classes and whatever.
Yeah.
So there's
Yeah.
going to be
Whole
a
new
m-
curriculum.
Yeah. And I'm excited about it. I think
course.
the
How do you
students-
not get tenure?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they
if
could
you're
just-
inventing the program, you better. Yeah.
Thanks for the program. Bye.
Yeah.
Have everything on your server at your house.
Yeah.
And when you're not there, you're pulling it down, dude.
That's a good idea. Yeah,
Just
yeah.
shop it to other people. Yeah. Yeah.
But we're gonna have the music, sound, and technology program, which is definitely like inspired by ICIT and those
Yeah.
kinds of programs.
But at undergrad.
undergrad, yeah, it's a BA
Cool.
program, yeah.
Sweet.
So, but it's gonna be like recording, production, instrument building, like MIDI controller stuff with Arduinos and sensors.
Nice. It's exciting.
Audio programming, coding, multimedia stuff. And then we got the music industry studies concentration is the other one. That's more of like, I think more schools have something like that. So that would be like, oh, you want to go into the, like producing, recording, like
Mhm.
music industry side of it. Maybe you want to go work at a label or do
Right.
venue management, live sound, things like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
What a cool thing to put on your resume.
Yeah.
What, starting the programs?
Yeah.
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 Like,
I
no
mean,
matter
yeah,
what,
getting to
like-
be on the ground floor of it.
I
is-
know.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
really cool. Yeah.
Having that just on your, under your belt, like,
Yeah.
even if you want to go somewhere better. You can be
So
like, I
so
did this.
what's the status of it though? Does
Not
it
saying that it's bad.
Yeah.
Use code word Martin.
do the
10% off.
programs exist yet or
Yeah.
are they, okay?
Oh yeah.
Cool. Nice.
They just got posted to the catalog. It's official. They're real
Sweet.
programs now. Yeah.
Awesome.
Did you sign up for it?
Yeah.
No, I
I'm
got
gonna get another bachelor's.
I got to
Yeah.
take it to make sure it works.
I would love to just be a student again. That'd be great.
Yeah. School's fun.
Yeah.
I would love it if you just
Take your own classes.
you did a skit where you sit down and you take the notes and you go up and you
Start teaching 'em.
Start teaching and then you go back down and take the notes.
Sometimes I walk in, I'm like, who's teaching today, man? Like, I don't know, like, who wants to do this? Because
Oh, that's fun.
I don't actually let them teach.
I know.
but
I know.
Because it is cool to listen to what the students have to say.
Sure.
Because I learn a lot from them. I feel like I at least learn as much from them as
That's
they do from me.
how it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Especially with a field that's so new and
Mm.
fresh.
Yeah.
yeah. Don't be a stick in the mud, dude.
Yeah.
We've all had professors that are the worst.
Yeah.
They're like
My way or the highway.
yeah. They have
Yeah.
they have outdated books that they wrote.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
And they make
10
you buy
years
it for
ago.
$100. Yeah.
It's always government classes.
That was a lot of.
Oh.
That was several of my GE classes
Yeah.
in college.
You have to do the end of chapter worksheet and rip it out so that you can't resell it.
Oh, no.
Fuck yeah.
That's
terrible.
awesome.
Wow.
Love it. Don't go to OCC, dude.
Yeah. Oof. Okay, so what are the classes you're teaching these days? What are you?
Yeah. So this semester, there's like that sound recording, electronic music production.
Cool.
I'm doing a multimedia performance class.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I know you guys aren't Ableton people, but do you know
I,
about?
I know
Oh,
Ableton.
you dabble.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
I
So you
fucked
know,
around. Yeah.
I don't, but I'll look at you and knock.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure I can grasp it.
Yeah.
do you know about Max for Live?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So like Max is this like visual programming language
Right.
that you can kind of like build your own instruments or plugins or whatever you want.
Yeah, you can do whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's its own standalone thing, but it also
Well,
incorporates
Max
a
is
lot
now
of-
owned by Ableton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
like Ableton bought
Max.
Max
Cycling 74.
Cycling 74,
Yeah.
the company that makes it.
Yeah.
So like, okay, so what are we doing in this class? So the students are making their own plugins essentially that
Sweet.
they're using like tracks that they've been working on to do like generative visuals or like video processing. Or this week they were controlling DMX lights. So they can set up like a stage performance.
Yeah, and tell them to program this light board.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Our lights look exactly like those.
Oh.
There you
actually.
go.
Yeah, they're like little
Does yours
DMX
work though?
Does that not work?
No,
Yeah.
ours is kind of.
We threw away the manual.
I'll have one of my students
It
come out and-
yeah. Bring them in. Tell
You
them
can just
to
take
pick
it with you.
up. Yeah. Bring it back. Send it back. Whatever.
Yeah.
We'll pick it up never.
Yeah. Fuck.
But yeah,
That's
lights
fun.
Are fun. Lights are fun.
Doing that with Max or Max
for
in live.
Yeah, inside of Ableton.
Mhm.
Yep.
Dude, you could make a wicked like
Light
DJ
show.
set.
Yeah.
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 you
That's like what it's for.
You
Yeah.
can do all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it's amazing. Like you can build
Yeah.
anything you want, like into the DAW with this thing. It's
Mhm.
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
We should
Now, to make it even easier for DJs to just press play and walk
Well,
away.
we have an assignment for your class.
Okay.
Is we need an entire light show for our show.
Oh
Yeah. Tell them to make one for our band.
Yeah,
Well,
we'll
when-
give you the set list.
Yeah.
And we'll just
give it
need-
BPMs. all that shit.
We'll need the DMX.
If you're serious, they would love that. That'd actually be like a really amazing assignment. Yeah, because they're like doing stuff that's an exercise to show in class. But if I'm like, hey, check it out, you want to design a light show for a rock band?
Yeah,
They're like,
dude. Yeah.
yeah.
Sick, dude.
How big
I'm
are
writing
these
this
classes?
down.
Yeah.
How many kids are? Ooh,
I almost just Oliver.
yeah. Right.
This
These are
class
one-
is like eight or
kids?
9. Yeah. So it's like a small seminar class.
Sure. Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, that's almost large, dude.
So,
Almost.
and are they mostly majors or
This
all?
class, I think all of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is like an upper level music
Okay.
tech class. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, so then my question is like, what are their goals like for music in general? What are they all like trying to be producers, trying to be pop stars, trying to be whatever?
I mean, what's the
Yeah, what's their
What's the
trajectory?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good question. Yeah.
Do they even know?
Some of them do. Some of them have a better idea. Some of them don't.
Yeah,
Like some of them
sure.
are seniors. They're like more
Yeah.
focused on what they're doing after school. So, like one of them, I was talking to him about grad school yesterday.
There you go.
He's like on the fence about it because he's super into like sound design and like video game sound.
There you go.
So he's thinking like maybe I want to go work, in the video game industry, like do sound design. So he's actually helping me out with another project that I'm doing where we're making like an audio only game in VR.
Interesting.
Yeah. So like he's
That's
helping me
good.
out with the sound design in that.
Okay.
do a crazy horror one, dude?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
actually
it's-
one of our plans.
That's
Yeah.
like the worst about VR is the horror games.
Oh,
Yeah.
audio
They-
only.
yeah,
So-
jump scares are the worst.
So what do you mean audio only? What's the vision? Is there a visual component?
No.
What?
It's just spatial
You just
audio.
walk around and hit the
Wow.
walls,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Do objectives with no vision. Yeah, it sounds fun. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, so part
mean-
of the thing was that like VR is very visual, right?
It's literally.
I mean-
yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of the whole point. Yeah.
It's
but
the whole point of it. You
yeah,
put on
yeah.
We're gonna
the
write
goggles.
music,
yeah.
but we're not gonna play instruments.
It's not.
our next project.
It's non-auditory music.
It's
yeah.
it's Pootie Tang the album.
Yeah. I mean,
Well-
video game has video in the
Dude,
title.
I
so,
mean,
yeah.
video games
But,
are like
I mean,
the biggest
there's some-
industry, right?
you know,
There
Second
are there's okay, yeah.
No,
I
it-
know that these aren't very well known, but there are some audio only video games out there.
Okay.
Maybe video game is a misnomer.
Sure,
but, like,
but
there
yeah,
are games,
fair. Yeah.
interactive electronic games,
Yeah.
where it's just based on sound.
Okay.
Nintendo came out with a few of these in the early mid 2000s for the
Really?
Game Boy Advance. Yeah, there's like a whole series of them. They're really cool. And then there's some
Oh.
stuff for like the Sega Dreamcast from the 2000s.
Whoa.
A lot of them are like narrative storytelling audio games. But it's like you have the controller, you have the console, and it's just all audio.
Okay. So you press buttons based on cues
yeah,
and stuff?
Pretty
Okay.
much, yeah.
Cool.
Uh-huh. So, but the one that we're trying to do now, it's okay. Like you have VR. There's like these immersive environments, and there is cool stuff going on with sound already, like with the visuals. But it's like, what if you just took that away and all you had was the sound. Could you make something out of that? Could you make it work? Could you make someone feel like they're in this like other, space?
Yeah.
I mean, what about all like the visually impaired people?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
Exactly.
one of the
You
big
could
reasons.
easily just
That's a whole
push,
market right
push
there.
that
Yeah.
market, and
Yeah.
like you'll get a snowball effect around it
Immediately,
as it grows in
But
popularity.
wait, I want to know more about these. What were these Game Boy Advance games? It's just like.
we need names, prices.
Yeah, I want to play them. They sound fun.
in
Yeah.
a Google Doc. Yeah, I have
Yeah.
a Google Doc with all this stuff. Yeah, I'll find it for you guys. But,
Sure.
Yeah, they're really fun. I tried playing them, but it's
Yeah.
like, so there's one that has visuals in the beginning, but it's like, it gives you a visual reference for what's going on, but the visuals then disappear gradually, and then you're just
Wow.
left with the sound, and you have to use, a lot of them are like, okay, like stereo panning.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
where
You
is
need
this
you need
thing?
headphones. Yeah.
You need headphones. You need
Yeah.
to like be able to hear out of 2 ears, and you need to have like a decent like range of pitch hearing to be able to make sense of it.
Cool.
But some of them are more abstract and
Sure.
just kind of like weird
That does
cool
sound
audio
good.
experiences.
Yeah, if you like
Yeah,
put
like
yourself
a-
in a forest and like there's a trail and you have to
Yeah.
remember and then like find
Find
your way
it.
through the trail.
Yeah.
Like just by hearing, that'd be
Yeah.
pretty sweet. And even just like if you just created a world, let's just say you're on a beach
Mhm.
and there's no visuals and you're
Mhm.
just like walking to and from a beach and like going over gravel into sand and hearing the ocean get bigger and
Yeah.
waves crash, that still would be like, video games aren't always like competitive or goal based.
Yeah.
Like
A
sometimes
lot
you're
of it's just open world.
yeah, you're just
Yeah.
walking
Yeah.
around just experiencing.
That's
Yeah.
more what
Right.
I'm interested in, the open world stuff. Yeah.
Sure.
Mhm.
Totally. That's
There's one that I saw. I was in New York last summer and I saw something about. It was like a. Were you pulling up a sound
Oh,
game?
he's doing the
I forgot to do a
social
post.
post.
Oh, okay. It was at the MoMA. I think they had a video game exhibit, and there's this one game where I think you're just like a leaf blown around in the wind.
Oh, fun.
That's the whole game.
Like
Yeah.
a plastic bag.
A plastic bag.
Being a plastic bag. Yeah, that's cool.
It's awesome. Yeah.
There's a game that I still want to play called Stray, where you're just a stray cat and you get to fucking be a
I
cat.
played
That's
the I
awesome.
played the goat game. That was pretty fun.
Nice.
Goat Simulator.
Yeah,
Nice.
Goat Simulator.
Yeah.
you know.
All right.
You
Get
should
to-
play it.
what,
It's pretty fun.
You are a goat.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Shit.
You
All
do
right.
some goat
I'm
things.
trying to
Alright,
find
sounds
one
fun.
of the audio games that I downloaded here. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah.
Okay, Dark Echo is one. This is one for iPhone.
Okay.
This is like a horror audio game.
Okay. Gotta
You
check it
walk
out.
around and there's like things you have to avoid in the dark.
Oof.
And if you don't, like these monsters jump out and eat you and stuff.
Shit.
Yeah, that
Okay.
one's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's another one called Papa Sangre, I think.
Okay.
I don't think I have that one on here. But there's
Yeah.
a few, there's a few cool ones that have come out. over the
Okay.
years. Yeah.
That's exciting. Okay, so your student wants to make those and do cool shit with that.
Yeah, he's into accessibility and stuff, but he's also like, oh, maybe grad school would be cool. I'm like,
Yeah.
it might be cool. It might be cool.
I
So,
mean, you can develop it in grad school. You know?
True,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could.
Get
know?
that funding.
Exactly. So we'll see what he does. He's
Cool.
He's great though. I have another student who, like, she just wants to make music, do experimental electronic music shows. She's super into like video game music and trackers.
What's your handle? Your Instagram handle?
It's Martim.Galvao.
Yeah.
Ooh, dot. That's
Yeah.
where I was losing.
Yeah.
I think the Martim Galvao, I think, is a soccer player.
Ah.
There's also some dude with like a
With the soccer player haircut.
no, it's like a sheep herder thing in
Yeah,
front of
there
his
you
face.
Oh,
Yeah.
Anyway, cool. So school year's kind of almost
it's
done.
wrapping
now.
up. Yeah, it's almost done.
Mm-hmm. What got any summer plans? What you doing with the time off?
I'm gonna teach.
Okay.
Yeah, because it pays.
Yeah, fair.
Dude, right? You got a house to pay for. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why isn't that coming up?
Plus,
I'm
yeah.
bad at this.
Yeah, you got it. I got you.
He
Okay.
just showed me, and I looked at your picture, and then I just was like,
Yeah.
Is it the right one?
Now we got you.
You got me.
Yeah.
Okay. You should tag the soccer player too.
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah. Watch
"You
our
got
podcast.
it,
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah, he'll do it. Who
Yeah.
cares? Yeah, because no one watches this anyway. But yeah, okay. So yeah, just doing summer school stuff then, right? Or-
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean that plus like I want to do art stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's new in the art world of Martim? What like projects you got cooking?
Well, this VR stuff is one of them. So
Okay.
that's like an ongoing thing. I mean, I guess my main interest is one, accessibility. So making spaces that people can experience without needing like visual input, and it's
Mhm.
still like interesting, immersive, like open world kind of spaces. But also like some of the tools that you need to build for doing stuff like that. Like we're building like we're using the Microsoft Project Acoustics Wave Acoustics engine to like simulate acoustics of virtual spaces based on like the materials.
Oh, right.
So like, oh yeah, there's carpet on the floor, the walls are made of concrete, the ceiling's made of like drywall,
Yeah.
and then you run this thing that basically
Simulates
generates
that.
the acoustics of the
Yeah.
space. So then you create a sound source in the space.
Did you come to that tour of John Powell's studio?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
were there. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's like what they were doing, right?
Right,
With
that
like
w-
reverb modeling and shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I actually did something similar to that for my dissertation project. I made a whole like active acoustics thing for an installation.
Okay.
Totally ripped off of the
That's
John
sweet.
Powell thing. Yeah, but it's so perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's part of it. I don't
Okay.
know, I just want to make an album, like an EP or something. I
Sure.
haven't really just made some tracks in a while. and
Cool.
I feel like that's missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I would say
Yeah.
you could use the studio, but you have one.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
what-
you got
At
a university.
school.
Yeah, you got a university.
They're about to tear up our studio though.
Wow.
Oh yeah, they're about to tear the whole thing up. Because we're
You mean like write a badass album?
yeah,
Yeah. Just gonna get it there and tear it up.
yeah. Cat's gonna come in, he's gonna tear it up.
Rancid's coming in.
No, so we have a new building going up, which is cool. So
Okay.
there's like a whole new
That's
performing
exciting.
arts center. It's
Awesome.
great. So I spent the whole past year in meetings with people talking about what the studio is going to be, like what's the gear in there.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think fingers crossed, knock on wood. I think it's going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So, but that's not opening until probably like spring 2025.
Okay.
Yeah. So in the meantime, like, got to figure out what to do with our current space. So like,
Fair.
there's gonna be some renovations and stuff. So I may or may not have studio access.
Okay. Well, come on by here anytime you want.
Yeah. Oh, hey, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Okay. So on that note, we have a couple wrap up questions.
Yeah.
First of all, name just any perfect album.
Oh.
Any perfect
It doesn't
album.
have to be the world's perfect
Not-
album. It's
yeah, just
your
favorite perfect
to
album.
you.
No skips,
Yeah.
front to back.
Okay. Woo. It's cozy inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's
What?
that by?
Woo.
Oh, I don't know this.
Woo is the band. WOO. It's two brothers from England.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta hear it. Don't know it.
Yeah. Oh, I love that album.
Okay.
I think I'm in their top 1% of Spotify listeners or something.
Dude,
So you are the audience.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
me. Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
Gotta check it out.
Yeah.
All right. What makes it perfect for you?
I don't know. Everything is just.
what kind of music is it?
Yeah.
Do you want to hear a little snip?
You can play it after. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll put it
cool.
on the end of the. We'll
Yeah.
put it on the end of the
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. It's like it's got a real kind of like pop sensibility to it in terms of how approachable the music is, but it's also quite experimental and like got some ambient influence. It's there's vocals, but a lot of like washy, reverby kind of stuff.
Okay.
Like soft, kind of plucked string instruments, like some synths and field recording type of things here and there.
It's fun.
Just like a really nice,
Easy
mix of
listening.
things.
Yeah.
Really
Well,
easy
And,
listening.
this
like,
might-
stimulating.
This might lead into the follow-up question then, which is Desert Island album.
Oh,
You got one album for the rest of your life. You're
Yeah.
not tortured by it. It's
Yeah.
just
When you wanna listen.
Yeah, when you want music, this is the only album you have.
man. Okay, I'm probably not gonna. I guess I should pick something different.
You don't have
I mean,
to.
you don't have to.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. If that's it, that's it.
There's
I,
so
I will
many
say ours
albums.
changed. Like
Yeah,
every month.
our answers
Really?
change.
What
Yeah.
are your what? Okay,
I'm
what are
on
your
Jimmy
desert-
World Clarity right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could-
That's your desert.
My
I could probably
my
just
first answer was
be
Abbey
sad
Road.
by myself.
My first answer was Abbey Road. I changed it to Say Anything Is a Real Boy lately, just because I fucking
yeah,
love that.
and I had
album.
Rolling Stones Sticky Fingers.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, you know.
Those are all good choices, man.
yeah,
Okay. now I
some
gotta
people,
come to
yeah,
the
and
bid.
just
Damn.
some people go like quantity, so double album.
Yeah,
Ah,
and greatest
but-
hits is allowed
greatest
too.
hits are allowed if you want a greatest hits. Yeah,
We just make it harder and harder.
yeah, yeah. Adding more layers.
Wow. Okay.
He could be dead and alive at the same time.
Yeah,
He could be a future guy, you know. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Something
my
we don't
desert
know.
album is
hasn't been written yet.
coming out in 2032.
Yeah,
I saw it in the tea leaves of my cup this morning.
right. Yeah,
Man, this is a tough one.
It is a hard one.
What does your gut say?
Obviously no wrong answers.
Yeah. I feel like it's in there. I feel like I'm just waiting for it to,
Yeah,
conjure
yeah, yeah.
itself in my mind. Yeah, I
Mhm.
feel like it's in there somewhere. Oh, okay. Brian Eno Thursday
Okay.
afternoon.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
like
really
that.
good desert album.
Yeah.
It's also very easy. I guess I'm just super into the easy listening
Yeah,
stuff. now.
whatever.
Yeah.
You know, if that's the vibe, that's the vibe.
Dude, I mean,
Yeah.
just
There's
seriously.
there's no wrong answer.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's your music.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And then
I should have said my own album.
yeah. I only want to listen to myself
Yeah.
for the rest of my life. Speaking of that, what do you want us to put on the end of this episode? Do you want us? We don't give a shit about copyright strikes.
Yeah.
We're gonna get flagged.
We don't make money off this.
We do not make money.
There's no sponsors.
It can be one of your pieces. It can be.
Yeah.
It can be
It could be woo.
fucking. Yeah. It can be woo. It can be whatever.
But if you like your own music, probably should put it on.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. If,
I don't, I just feel like it's not going to be a good outro track.
whatever.
I don't know. I did the sounds of Benihana.
Yeah. He literally did
Oh, yeah?
I
did
got
just
a
people at-
YouTube clip of people at Benihana
and put it
like,
on the end.
Clink, 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 clink. I put it at the end of a track.
That's kind of awesome. Yeah.
Thanks,
Okay.
because I thought it was.
It was pretty awesome.
Man, can I give you guys a couple options and then
Sure.
you choose?
Sure.
All right. So you can do any of my stuff.
Okay.
What's the track?
I would maybe
Name.
recommend Attention Kmart Shoppers.
Okay.
Fuck yes, that's it, dude.
It's a good title. Yeah.
Don't even have to give me another option.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. That's fair.
All right.
All right. Bye,
Boom.
everybody.
Consistently
We did it.
Nice and painless. One
Yeah. Yeah.
Even dreams, we